Welcome to Cynthia's Crafting Room. Today we're going to work on the bog. Okay, I cut this out of the foam board. Okay, this is for my bridge. It's narrow, and it's short, so I'm going to build it up a little bit. So this is for my bridge. This is where the actual waterfall will go. Okay, I mixed up the rest of my DAS clay. And remember, we have to wet the surface before we can attach the clay. We want to squeeze out a little bit, get a little bit out of the clay. Maybe put a little bit too much glue in. I'm going to stretch it out here. Should roll. We're just going to, and we don't want to go right on the edge, okay? Because we want to smooth it off on the edges so that it tapers onto our village platform. This one I'm just kind of squeezing down. Might be easier because I think I got a little bit too much glue in this time. Sorry, I keep forgetting and getting out of. See, that's already drying out. This is to hold, this is going to be to hold the bog in. Just go around and start pinching the sides down. And don't forget, water is your friend. And this is the first time I've done this too, so we may make errors. Just go all the way around and start forming, and then we'll go to the inside. This will all be painted. Okay, I'll finish this up and see you back in a few. Okay, here we go, guys. Ended up taking all of the DAS. This has to dry overnight before we can do anything else to it. And this isn't very good. It's definitely not a professional. Definitely not. It may not have took as much DAS if I would have been more experienced. As you can see, I built up the bridge. I also set the bridge on there and made little indentations because it's got feet and stuff. So I hope you can see those little indentations there. I kind of just pressed it in so that way it would be the right shape for it to sit there. Okay, we'll set this aside for it to dry. Catch you in a few. While that's drying, I wanted to show you how Dracula's mountain turned out. This stuff is nice and hard. I hope you can see all them colors. Okay. This is the graveyard right here. And I put a little bit of the golden in there to kind of give it the impression that the grass is starting to die, because it is fall. And here's our steps. There, maybe you can see that better now. Here's our steps. It's also hard. Really nice. It worked out really well. Here is our cave. Now, I think I'm going to do some DAS and fill in this hole a little bit because of the light. That way the light will fit in there better. So I think I'll fill that in a little bit and give it more solid. Like I say, I'm learning this as I go along. So I'm just sharing my learning with you, okay? Now let me get the skull. Now I did this morning, so it's dry. I mean, it's wet. It's drying. I also put a second coat of glow-in-the-dark paint on the skull. I also put some jewels in his eyes to make those pop. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. So that's where we're at on this. I think it turned out really, really well. Especially for my first time to ever experience anything like this. My first time to work with DAS clay. I'm really pretty excited about it. So that's where we're at. Catch you next time. Okay, now I wanted to show you how our trees and stuff turned out. We'll be doing lots more. Remember, this is the when I put the DAS clay on, like this, and glued. These are just artificial plants. They're not really trees, but I thought they'd make cute trees. And then after I put the glue on, just like we did everything else, and sprinkled it with the flock. And I used some small rocks that I've got that I'm going to make a rock fence out of later. And these are some of my figurines. So this is kind of how you can decorate the trees with different stuff. Okay, and this also dried real nice and hard. Everything stuck really good. This tree here, I spray painted black. It was like this color originally, but we need variety in our village. I haven't decorated this one yet. And then here's another one we were working on. I also haven't decorated this one yet because I haven't for sure decided what I want to put on there. Okay, now this is for my ghosts that I told you I'm wanting to make. I'm not going to leave them this long, But, you know, as I told you, that I had some DAS left over. So I wanted to kind of make the ghost head, so when I make the clay that folds over it, it'll have kind of a round shape. So there wasn't no sense in wasting my clay, so that's what I did. We'll cut these off later. And this is kind of like an old flower frog, what this makes me think of. I couldn't get it to stick in the hose that I made. It just didn't want to hang in there. So I mixed me up some more DAS, and I just went in and built it up. And of course I haven't done this yet because I haven't decided what I want to do. If it's going to set with the waterfall, it's going to have to be that bog green. So that's going to be later on. I just wanted to kind of see where this was at. You know, because we'll be able to move these ghosts in different directions and stuff. Okay? Alright, catch you later.